Hi friends, weekend is coming up. Are you racing the next Saturday or Sunday? I'm racing on Sunday and I already have 3 races recorded and not published, so many things coming up. And today, Kelly's 2020, the Slovakian bicycle brand. Do you know this brand, guys? I know in the US might not be that well known, but there are some interesting bikes. So today, as I got the catalog, I'm gonna show you and explain some basic features of the mountain bikes. We're gonna start with the most extreme ones, just as the catalog pages go. The first one is the downhill, Kelly's Noid. You have to know this one if you know downhill well. Kelly's Noid downhill bikes. These are the extreme bikes for riding down the hill and flying down the hill. We've got 205 mil versus 200 mil in the front, so 205 rear, 200 front, and the full suspension mountain bikes are equipped with the ThinkLink suspension system, which is kind of strange for me. I mean, I'm thinking about it, really scratching my head, because the rear triangle, the swing arm is different on these bikes, but still they have the ThinkLink suspension system. ThinkLink, as the Kellys point out very strongly, very firmly, is a fully independent rear suspension. That means if you're pushing the pedals, it has no effect on how the suspension works. If the suspension works, it has no effect on your chain and your pedaling. And same with the brake. While you're braking, no effect on the plushness of your travel at the rear. And when the travel works, no effect on braking. So, interesting thing, you're gonna see also the ThinkLink on the enduro and trail bike in the second. So this is the Noid. Noid, a lot of travel. One thing I would like to have on this one is the Saint shifter instead of the Z. Z shifts kind of like Diori, and Saint shifts like XT, XTR. It's more firm, more rigid. You feel it, you hear it, and I think it's better. I feel it's better, especially on the rough terrain. That's what I would like to have, because the rest of the drivetrain and even the brakes are the Saint. So this is the Noid. Noid 90 has big wheels. Then you've got Noid 90 also. You can also choose opt for the 27.5 wheels. So same model, same specs. And then Noid 70 comes with the 7.5 wheels only. That's what the catalog says. Still, you've got the Boxer in the front, same travel, 205 by 200, strong downhill bike. Further, we've got the Enduro. Enduro bikes are made for doing what these guys are doing, but you can say that the enduro bikes are made for actually riding down the hill and up the hill, but they are better on riding down the hill. And so the Swag, I had been testing for a short time this model this year, actually, this spring, and it rides pretty well. I also did a cross-country track pre-ride, like preview on this bike, and it did all the uphills. The ThinkLink as well at the rear, and we've got quite a bit of travel. 165 rear, 170 at the front, and 27.5 inch wheels only. These bikes are made also for I would say for races. If you're only looking for a trail bike, you're gonna have one in the second. The Swag, a lot of travel, strong bike, really for doing some crazy stuff on the rough trails. And then Swag 50, then you've got the Swag 30. This is the 30, which has beautiful paint. I love the sand paint with the black decals, of course the dropper post. This is the nice one. And then the Swag 10 will have 165, 150 millimeters of travel because it's got the RockShox 35 Gold RL. As you remember, the rest will have 170. And the highest model, the 90, has the Lyric Select Plus. Now RockShox has some new features on 2020 models of their forks. It's good to remember about these three. New charger, different settings for a low speed and high speed compressor, so new charger 2.1, then new seals, and these are new dust seals which clean the stanchions better and have less friction, but the charger also has the less friction seal inside. And then new fluid called Maxima Plush, which also makes the fork working even more plush, and all the inside elements won't wear out as quickly. I mean, will be more durable than they are now, because these RockShox forks are very durable. So these are the three things: new internal fluid, new seals, and new charger. Let's go back to our bikes. So this was the Swag 50, 30, and 10, and then trail bike. But this is a series trail bike. What I mean by that, you get a lot of travel on this one. You get 140 rear and 150 front. This is the Thorx 2020 Thorx. It looks, I would say, maybe for some, love it or hate it. Trail bikes start with actually 120 millimeters of travel. If you have 140, 150, that means you can do some serious stuff on this bike. When you see the bike at the front, means you can just fly, you can do jumps, you can do really strong downhilling, I would say. So if you're just like the very beginner trail or mountain bike rider, this might not be the bike for you. Of course, because of the travel, it will be also a little bit heavier. But if you want to do crazy stuff, if you want to have suspension that will forgive you a lot, that's the Kelly's Thorx, and that's the third one and the last one having the ThinkLink suspension system on the bike. The disadvantage of this suspension, this design, is that you don't have any bottle cages mounts inside the frame. So this is it. On this bike, 29 inch wheels on 50, and then choice of 29 or 27.5 on the 30, and then the 10 also 29 or 27.5. Okay, and finally the Hardtail trail bike. This is not a cross-country bike, this is aluminum frame, the Gibbon, 130 millimeters of travel at the front, strong frame, dropper post, a lot of fun, knobby tires. These are 2.6, so you can do some serious trail riding on this bike as well. Gibbon, it has 27.5 inch wheels, 130 millimeters of travel, and this one 50 would be my choice because it looks beautiful. I love the paint, and that's the last one that has the air spring, because the Gibbon 30 will have coil spring in the fork, which means it won't give you the option of adjusting the firmness of your fork. You want to have it on the trails, and no dropper post. So Gibbon 30 is the only one with no dropper post and no air fork. That's why I would opt for Gibbon 50. This is my choice. And then we have finally the MTB XC and the Hacker. Believe me guys, this is very strong and stiff frame. I did some races this season on this bike. I love it. It looks beautiful. It's not oval, it has this shaping in it, looks original, stands out from other bikes. So Hacker, good bike. It's not high modulus, super ultra light carbon frame, but also the price of this bike isn't very high. We've got the Hacker 90, of course, 29er, and then Hacker 70. Was the color I checked out this season, and then 50 in white is my choice, and for two reasons: because of how it looks and because of the specs. It would cost in Poland, the price of this bike was just about 1,800 euros, so just about $2,000. The competitors won't give you high modulus frame at this price point, but this frame will be much lighter than the aluminum frame, and in my opinion it's a great starting point for future upgrades. You've got the SX crankset with the NX drivetrain, and you've got the Recon Solo Air 100 millimeters of travel cross-country fork at the front. Really good bike for 2020. That would be something, if I was to buy the bike myself for my money, that would be it. You can have front derailleur, you can have dropper post on this bike. Sweet ride and beautiful looking. The white one is easy to spot on the peloton, so when your wife is going to cheer for you or just hand you the bottle with some drinks, she will notice, or anybody will notice you on this bike. Hacker 30, that's my choice. So these were the carbon hardtails. Then the aluminum hardtails is the gate. 29er, 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 29er. So the gate doesn't give you the option of 29er of 20 or 27.5. This is the cross country. Everybody is riding 29ers there, or marathons. So 29er. And good news, all the models, even the lowest 30, will have the air spring fork. This is the choice. This would be my choice for the entry level or like first cross-country mountain bike for somebody. Gate 30. And then we go for recreational mountain biking. Spider and Madman. Spider, only the highest model has the air spring, and that would be my choice. Spider 90. If you want to have more relaxed position on the bike, I mean, the gate won't have a very aggressive one, but you can expect Spider to be even more just recreational, also geometry wise. But Spider 90 has the air fork, and you can opt here for either 29er or 27.5 inch wheels, and then all the rest bikes will have the coil fork. For super beginners, for some recreational riding, it's okay. The only problem it can make is for the heavier rider, because you will be bottoming out in it even in the city. So just know about that. So there are a couple of models. This one is with lights and fenders. You can use it as a commuter. It's a great commuter too. And this is price point down to about 500 euros, and then less than that you're gonna have another model, the Spider 10. So this would be just about 500 euros. Okay spec for recreational mountain biking. And then the Madman is even more for commuting and some almost a fitness bike. If it had some slicks tires, I would say this could make a great fitness bike. But there is Madman, and it will start even with less, like 400 euros or so, maybe even less than that. So these are the bikes for just easy riding. Madman and Spider are just okay, guys. But for MTB XC, I would either go for the lowest gate model, which is the aluminum one, or lowest carbon model, which is the Hacker 30, because it's just a great bike in my opinion. So that's it for this episode. In the next one I'm gonna cover the road bikes and gravel bikes from Kelly's. See you guys, and as always, let me know what would you like to see next. Bye bye.